Hey everyone, we are back for episode number 6 of our Boston Red Sox series here on OOTP 21. Thank you for all the support yet again. The channel is continuing to grow. I'm enjoying talking to all of you down in the comment section. That's been a good time. This has definitely been a bright spot. Obviously, things are a little weird in the world right now, but doing these videos and talking with all of you guys, communicating with all of you guys is nice. It's definitely a bright spot for during the day for me. So thank you for everything, and hopefully it will continue. But episode number 6, as I said a couple episodes ago, I think this is the longest running OOTP series that I've had in 3 years. So that's a positive. But it is Tuesday, August 4th. I simulated up past the trade deadline. Couple things to talk about before we get into it. I made a couple of minor transactions. The first one was with Collin McHugh, who was actually doing pretty well, but he just got kind of rocked by the Yankees there a couple days ago, so his ERA shot up. But I did give him an extension. His asking price went down, and I was able to even go lower than his asking price. He was asking for about an average annual value of $8 million a year. I got him locked up for $5.5 million next season, $7 million in 2022, and the 2023 season is a vesting option that will require him to pitch 160 innings in 2022. So I figure that this is a solid deal for a guy that's been our most consistent arm this year. He's been even better than I've expected, that Yankees game notwithstanding. I think that this is going to be a good guy to have. He's a leader in the clubhouse, but also I think that he can be a solid arm in our rotation for this price. As I said, for $11 to $12 million, I didn't really want to do it, but for a price like this, it's something that I'm a little more comfortable with because, as I said, money's not really going to be a huge issue with this team for the most part. Maybe if we end up building a super team, then we might have to make some tough decisions, but for right now, it won't be that big of a deal, so I figure that $5.5 million, it's not too bad, and if nothing else, I feel like this is going to be a tradable contract. It's as long as he's somewhat average, I feel like I can trade it if I really need to, but I was happy to get him locked up for that price. I think it's about an average annual value of $6.83 million, which is not too bad for a pitcher like McHugh. And then we made one smaller transaction. We made one more trade, which is very minor. So if we go to I'd like to go to reports and info logs and trade log, and we'll find Boston here. Where are we? We are right here. Okay, it's at the top. Perfect. So, wow, there were no trades on July 31st. That's surprising. Anyway, made another trade with Arizona. This is a guy that I was going to try to get in that initial deal with Arizona when we got Duplantier and Bracho. We traded John Axford, who we just signed to try to eat some innings for us. He pitched 3 2/3 innings for us, and he had 5 strikeouts, 3 walks, 7.36 ERA, super small sample size, but I wanted a lefty in the bullpen. It kind of dawned on me that we did not have a single southpaw in the bullpen, so we got Andrew Chafin, who I thought was a suitable pickup. It wasn't too big. Guys like Brad Hand were available and Sean Doolittle, but Cleveland, I don't think, would want to trade Brad Hand because they're kind of in the wild card race now too, and even if they were, it would have been a lot to get him, so I didn't want to try to go for that deal, and I figured Sean Doolittle, he's on the Nationals, who are trying to make another playoff push this year, so I don't think it would have been realistic to see them trade him away. So I went with a guy in Chafin who was on the Diamondbacks, you see now are just kind of falling apart, 49 and 57. They're falling further back in the race, and he's I think he could be a pretty good left-hander for us. You see he's pitched 2 2/3 innings, really high ERA, low FIP. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully he proves to be a pretty good addition. I just needed some type of left-handed arm. We didn't really have any that I could call up, which is unfortunate, but I'm excited. I think that he can be a pretty good left-hander for us. Nothing else, maybe a good specialist if we are able to get into the postseason, have someone that can attack some left-handed hitters. But we'll see. Taking a look at how our acquisitions have done, Duplantier has done pretty well. He's made 3 starts, no quality starts yet, but he has a 2.93 ERA, and the FIP is solid as well. 20 strikeouts, only 1 walk, which is really impressive. That's something that I really like to see in a BABIP of 351. If we go now to Devin Smeltzer, he has been very, very good. three quality starts. He's gone at least 6 innings in each of these, and he has a 2.84 ERA, a 3.93 FIP, 14 strikeouts to 4 walks. He's not going to strike a lot of guys out, but still, that's pretty impressive for a guy like Smeltzer, who has slotted in well as our number 3. Zach Godley, who we picked up on waivers before we even made any of the trades. He has done, I guess, a little better than he was with Detroit, but I'm hoping that one of the pitchers that I acquired that I have in AAA, like Lewis Thorpe maybe, can kind of fill his spot because he's not doing super well. He had a good start against the Yankees, more power to him, but then in their second meeting, they kind of rocked him a little bit too. So I'm kind of hoping that he can maybe just hold it down, hold that 4 spot down just a little longer until I want to call up one of these guys from AAA maybe, but I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I'll take a look at the waiver wire. Yeah, there's not any pitcher. I mean, there's Jarlin Garcia, but he's only a reliever, so not any starters there right now. And then Eovaldi is, I mean, it seems like he's kind of improved a little bit. He had a couple good starts here against Baltimore and Toronto, and then he struggled against Baltimore again, and then he only lasted an inning and 2/3 against the Yankees, where he let up 6 runs. Only one of those was earned, I guess. But yeah, I'm not looking forward to having to pay him $17 million. I'm really hoping that maybe in the final year of that deal, I can just trade him and eat some of the salary for something. I don't know. Probably won't happen, but we're 63-49. We are in that second wild card spot. The Athletics are 2.5 games up, and the Rays are 1.5 games back. We were actually 4 games up on the Rays, but the Yankees have kind of hurt us a little bit here recently. So you see we lost 2 of 3 to the Yankees in this 3-game set where we were at New York, and then we had a 3-game set against Baltimore, and then we had a 4-game set against the Yankees. We won the first game again, and then we proceeded to lose the next 3. So clearly we're not as good against the Yankees as we are against other teams. I'd be interested in seeing what our season record against them is. I know there's an easier way to do it, but I'm just going to do it the difficult way. So we were 2-1 against them. That was the first series, and then that would be 3-3, and then that's 4-6. So we are 5-9 against the Yankees right now, which I guess is to be expected. They're obviously a much better team. They have World Series aspirations, 73-38. They're having a very good year, but we're having a very good year too, considering I did not expect this team to do much at all, but at 63-49, we're still in the playoff race. We're kind of holding off the Blue Jays, which is good. They're only 4 games back, but they're right there. Cleveland's 4.5 games back. The Angels are 5 games back, and that's basically it. The White Sox, Royals, all these teams are basically out of it. So I'm confident. I'm a little worried about the Rays. I do think that they are a better team than we are. I kind of would trust them. I mean, you see their pitching is light years better than what we have to put up with. But I don't know. We'll see. It should be fun. It should be a fun end to the season. We're kind of gearing up for the stretch run now on August 4th. We have about 2 months left, August and September. And the schedule for the rest of August is pretty favorable for us. I guess it would help if we looked at our schedule and not the Rays. You see we have 7 games against Baltimore. We have 6 games against bad teams from the AL Central and the White Sox and the Tigers. And we have 6 games against teams that we're directly competing with. 3 games at Tampa Bay, 3 games against the Athletics, and then we have a 2-game series in here sandwiched around all that against the Reds, who are pretty good out of the NL, but at least we're home, so we have the benefit of letting JD Martinez DH. And then looking ahead to September, we play the Yankees 6 times, which is going to be a little rough, but you see 7 games against the Rays. That could determine who gets in to one of the wild card spots. These 7 games against the Rays here in September, that's going to be huge. I mean, even the Blue Jays too. That 3-game set could be huge, and then we end the series against Baltimore. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be a fun way to end the season. I'm excited. And I guess I should talk about Alex Kirilloff. He's kind of struggled a little bit so far, but he's only played 13 games, 59 plate appearances. He's slashing 273, 305, 309, so a 614 OPS. It's not great. He's striking out a lot. You can see 18 strikeouts to 2 walks, but it's only been 13 games. I'm not super concerned about how he's done. I think, you take a look. He's 22 years old, right? He'll be fine. He'll be fine. It's just his first taste of Major League action. he'll be a cornerstone for years to come. And when I was talking about that core, in the last episode, I completely forgot about Andrew Benintendi, who was injured. We just got him back from a rehab assignment, so hopefully he can help us make that playoff push as well. Is there anything that I want to talk about? I think that we are good to go. So I'm going to simulate up ahead probably to the start of September, and hopefully by that point we're still in the playoff race. So I will see you guys back on September 3rd. So in 1 month I will be back. All right, guys, it is Thursday, September 3rd, and we are still in a wild card spot. The Athletics are still 1.5 games up. We are 2.5 games up on the Rays. It was an uneven month of August since we last spoke. I think it was August 3rd when we talked. So we took 2 out of 3 from the Orioles, 2 out of 3 from the Rays, which was huge. We took 3 out of 4 from a very good Twins team, which I was not expecting. Took 2 out of 3 from the Athletics. We took both games against the Reds. And then the team just, I don't know how to describe it. We only took 2 of 4 from the Orioles. We barely split the series. We lost 2 of 3 to the White Sox, which shouldn't happen. We lost 2 of 3 to the Tigers, which shouldn't happen. But we kind of salvaged it by taking 2 out of 3 from the Yankees. So that's a good thing. Now, I'm not saying that in terms of the division, but those 2 wins in 3 games are pretty big, and that's left us here with an 80-60 record. We're still in striking distance to get that number 1 wildcard spot and get that home game. We're 2.5 up on the Rays. If we take a look at the rest of the American League, the Angels and the Blue Jays have fallen off. They're basically out of it for all intents and purposes, barring some type of miracle. The Cleveland they're still hanging around. They're 5.5 out, but right now it's really going to come down to Oakland, us, and the Rays. 2 of these 3 teams are going to make the playoffs as the wild card team. I mean, Cleveland's hanging around. I mean, I'd be interested to look at their schedule. It helps that they play in the AL Central, so they get to go into Colorado. That's always, it's always tough. I don't think Colorado's too good this year, but that's always tough. Minnesota, that'll be tough. The Angels, they have a nice little run here to end the season with the Angels, Tigers, Mariners, White Sox, and Blue Jays. That'll be a pretty good way to get some wins, but I don't know. We'll see. As I said, if we look at our schedule, it's not the easiest. We have to play the Yankees 3 times. We have to play the Rays 7 times. So these 7 games against the Rays, they're going to pretty much do it. And I think these are going to decide which team gets into the playoffs, because I'm pretty sure that Oakland will probably make it in. They've had a pretty solid team all year. They've been pretty consistent. So I think that they will be able to make it in. So I think it's going to come down to us and the Rays to see who can get one of these final wild card spots, or the final wild card spot. It'll be fun. I'm going to go game by game here. I'm not going to cut away. I figure that now it'll be good to just kind of stay here with the simulation, and we'll see what happens. We did so of course the rosters have expanded, and new for 2020, at least it was going to be new if the season started, was that expanded rosters are now only up to 28 players. So we called up 3 players actually. And the reason we called up 3 and not 2 was because, unfortunately, Xander Bogaerts went down with a fractured hand. He will be out for 5 weeks, which was really, really a shame. He had an .894 OPS. He was tearing the cover off the ball. He was one of the best batters in baseball for about the last month and a half. So to lose him out of the lineup was a little tough, but it's not all bad. You remember the last time we checked in on Alex Kirilloff, he was really struggling. He was still without a home run. Well, he went on a tear. He's still not getting on base as much as I would like him to, and I think that's really because of that iron discipline rating. It's still only graded out at 35, but now he's finally contributing like I thought that he would. We had to call up Jeter Downs. I called him up. I figured that he was doing pretty well in Pawtucket. He had a .792 OPS, but he was a 2-win player with over 300 plate appearances, just barely. But I decided to give him the call, mainly for defense. I think that he can definitely at least play a good shortstop for us. I have him batting at the bottom of the order. You see 8th, right ahead of Freddie Galvis. And I suppose I guess it would make sense because Downs is naturally a second baseman, so I guess it would kind of make sense to switch those two. So if we go to second base and shortstop, because Galvis is a shortstop naturally, so maybe that would be a little better. I don't know. We'll see. But we did that, and then we moved Eovaldi out of the rotation. I could not take it anymore, so we called up Lewis. We want to go pitching. Called up Lewis Thorpe. He was doing well in AAA, and he's done well in AAA all year long, so I figured it was about time for him to get the call. You see with us in 8 starts, 40 strikeouts to 5 walks, a 2.72 ERA. I think it was time. His movement actually did improve, which was nice. The potential anyway did improve, so I'm hoping he can get to that 40 grade, which would be great. But now he's at the back of our rotation. Godley's actually been a pretty solid acquisition, a 4.80 ERA, but a 4.12 FIP. I'd like him to not walk as many guys. I would probably help him out a little bit, but he's been all right, I suppose. Looking at some of his recent starts, he's kind of a dice roll. You don't really know what you're going to get any given start. In fact, I might move... Oh, well, I don't know why... I might move Thorpe ahead of Godley and maybe try to skip Godley in the rotation whenever possible. That might be what I do. I don't know. We'll see. We'll wait until we get to Godley's spot and then re-examine. But let's get started. We're here, 80 and 60. Let's see if your Red Sox can somehow make a playoff push. And by the way, team chemistry. This is why I wanted to acquire Galvis. So Freddie Galvis is without question the team leader. He has the respect of veterans and younger players alike. Teammates gravitate toward him. He's an invaluable part of the clubhouse, keeping things running during the daily grind of the season. That's why I wanted to acquire a captain like Freddie Galvis. Our team chemistry is the best that it's been all season. Now, I know part of that is because we're winning, but that's why I wanted to acquire a captain. I really do think that's made a difference. Taking a look at how the team is doing offensively, we're doing very well. Now, I don't know if that's going to drop off because Xander's out, but we'll see. The bullpen has been a little rough. We also did call up Bobby Pointer as just another lefty in the pen. He was doing well at Pawtucket this year in 58 and 2/3 innings, a 2.61 ERA, 74 strikeouts to 23 walks, and a 6.68 opponent OPS. So I figured that he could be another solid lefty or maybe a specialist in the bullpen. You see he has 1/3 of an inning, and it was not a very good 1/3. He let up 3 runs and 4 hits. So not the best way to start off your 2020 Major Leagues campaign. You see, he was with the team in 2018 and 2019, but we'll see. We'll see if he can do well for us and be a little consistent, a good left-hander. But here we go, guys. Let's go to September 4th, where we have a series against Detroit, and he's eligible to come off the IL, which I'm not too concerned about. I think these guys only have about 4 games left, and I don't think that any of my minor league teams are going to make the playoffs. Well, actually, Portland might. I don't know how they did in the first half of the season. The rookie league team might. Actually, I don't know. Some of these teams might make it, but anyway, I'm not too concerned. Now, all my attention is mainly going to be on the major league team. You see, we're now full 2 games up on the Rays. Cleveland lost a game, so now they're 6 back. So here we go. This is it, guys. This is what we've been waiting all season for, to see if this team can somehow sneak its way into the playoffs. So here we go. First game against Detroit, and I suppose maybe I can go to the manager's office. That way we can kind of see game by game how things have gone. So first game against Detroit. It's a 4-game series, all at home, and we win game 1. And Benintendi was diagnosed with a broken bone in his elbow. Oh, that's a killer. I don't quite know if we'll be able to come back from that. Now we've lost Bogarts and Benintendi out of the lineup. Oh boy, that'll be rough. Well, might as well just put him on the 60. And I don't know, guys. Who do we call up now? I mean, we'll take a look. I mean, I guess we could start Pilar. It wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. He was doing pretty well prior to being taken out of the starting lineup. I mean, he was still starting pretty consistently. He was still getting like 2 to 3 games a week. So maybe we put Pilar in. I mean, he should be able to play. Maybe we put Verdugo back in left, and then we put Pilar in center. That might be what we do. Pilar, and it's a good thing he's a right-handed hitter. I guess that is the one positive. This was a very left-handed heavy lineup with the guys that we have: Devers, Verdugo, Kirilloff, Benintendi, all left-handed. 4 of the first 5 batters left-handed. It's not ideal, but we'll, I guess, maybe put Vasquez fifth. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe we'll move Downs down to ninth, and we'll call up Puello, I suppose. We DFA'd him and set him down to AAA, so we'll call him back up, and he can back up at center field, I suppose. Actually, he can be our main backup, but he's not going to start every game. I just want him to start if our starters are tired. And yeah, I mean, Vasquez is our number 5 hitter is most certainly not ideal. The bottom 5 spots of our lineup are not great. A lot of those guys are in there just for, I mean, mainly all these guys are in here for their defense. Vasquez, Pilar, Moreland, I mean, he's not really in there for his defense. I kind of thought maybe he'd get some power, but Galvis and Downs, they're basically in there for their defense. I mean, I thought Downs might be a little better, but he's only been in 3 games. So we'll go with this. Copy, and paste. I guess I could start to explore some platoons maybe next year because our lineup is a little left-handed heavy, but I mean, it's like I'm not going to platoon Devers, Verdugo, Kirilloff, or Benintendi. That doesn't make sense. I mean, Moreland, it might make sense, but it's a little too late for that. And we do have that 2-game set against the Reds, so I'm just going to put in these lineups without the DH, and we'll take Martinez out. And then we'll move everybody up a spot, I suppose. I don't quite know. I was going to move Downs to third just to kind of break up the lefties. Initially, that's what you might have seen, but I can't in all good faith do that now because he is struggling a little bit at the dish to begin his major league career. So I think it's better just to leave him down at the bottom. And yeah, that's that. So not a great way to start. Danny Salazar is recovering well. Oh, okay, the Phillies got no hit. Perfect. I feel like a lot of times I do these YouTube series, I just see like the Phillies just get hammered every single time. Salazar, he'll be back in about 3 weeks. I don't really know if that will do anything for us. Maybe he can get in the bullpen, but so we won game 1 against Detroit, which is good because Tampa Bay lost, and now they are 3 games back. So we'll take a look, 4-2. Vasquez had a home run. It was his 15th of the season. We held Detroit to just 4 hits. Who was the starter in that? I suppose I can just look at the box score. Who started first? McHugh. So we're at the top of our rotation. And all right, so game 2 against Detroit. And it was Lewis Thorpe, and he made a good first impression, I think. And here, we'll just do this, and I'll dip charts and lineups. Okay. So we'll take a look again at the box score. 5-2. Miguel Cabrera hit his 7th home run of the year. That sounds weird to say. Look at Lewis Thorpe's debut. 8 innings, 4 hits, just 1 run, 8 strikeouts to 1 walk. That is a pretty good debut. All right, game number 3. So we've won the first 2. I saw that Cleveland just lost another game, so they're 7 out. So it's just us and the Rays right now. That's all we have to worry about. So game number 3 against the Tigers. We'll see who wins this one. Hopefully it's us, and we lose 4-1. That definitely hurts a little bit. But we'll get back into pitching. And this is what happens when you take control of like everything. Is you have to do this every so often, but. All right, we're still 3 games up, so the Rays and Cleveland did not gain any spots on us. So we'll take a look here. Devin Smeltzer is next up, so we'll see if we can get the series win. Going up against Casey Mize, who it seems like has been up for the entire year if he's 10-10, and this is a big game. We definitely need this to stay up in the wild card race. So. Actually, can I bring up my pitching rotation? Team staff, that's what I want. Oh, no, that's not what I want. I thought that would have been the pitching staff. I can bring up the team. Oh, is it? Oh, okay, it's right there. Perfect. Okay. So here we go. Against Detroit, game number 4 of the series, and they won 3-0, which is perfect. And we will ask manager for the staff. Okay, so we gained a half a game up on the Rays in Cleveland there, which is good in that 4th game. So 83-61. The Athletics are half a game up. And now this is going to be a rough series. 3 games at New York against the Yankees. This is going to be difficult. This is definitely going to be difficult. You see the Yankees 92-51. So we'll see. I'd like to try to ideally I'd like to win the series. I don't know if that's realistic. So if we could just win 1 game, I think that would be ideal. So let's see if we can do just that. And can we take game one against J.A. Happ? Yes, we can. 9-7. So an offensive firepower. Devers hit a home run, his 28th. A lot of home runs. Galvis, Vasquez, Jeter down to his first major league home run. He's doing a little better as time is going on. And now we are still 3.5 up on the Rays. Cleveland lost another game, so they have really fallen out of the race. So now, if it wasn't clear before, it's really just the Athletics, us, and the Rays. And we are now tied with Oakland, which is huge. I would love to be home for that wild card game, obviously. So let's go up here again. So game number 2, we're going up against James Paxton, who's had a solid 2020 campaign. Can we win game 2? No, we lose in 11 innings. Oh, that's a killer. Vasquez has really turned it on. So we scored 4 runs in the 8th, and then the Yankees put up 6 in the 9th. That is a heartbreaker. That is, that hurts. That really hurts a lot. The good thing is the Athletics lost too, but that's a game. See, that's a game that we needed to win. We can't let up 6 runs in the bottom of the 9th. That's not acceptable. So let's see if we can salvage the win here against the Yankees. Game number 3 of the series. Let's see if we can get a win heading into a huge series against the Rays in Boston. Can we beat the Yankees in game 3? Hopefully we can. No, we lost 5-4. The Rays gained a half a game. So 3 games set here against, once again, we blew it in the 9th. We were tied 4-4 in the 9th inning, and we let up a run. So that's not good. That is really not good at all. It's not what you want. So heading into a 3-game set against the Rays, we are up 3 games. In Cleveland, they're only 6.5 back now, so they're making some moves. So this is a huge series. This is a Phillies broadcaster back in the day. He had said that when it comes to this time of year, the stretch run, you can't just win series anymore. You need to start to sweep them. You need to start to sweep these teams that are near you in the standings. So this is what we need. Going up against Snell, Morton, and Yarbrough is going to be difficult, but we'll see. A sweep is really what I want. It's going to be tough. And we do win game 1 against Snell, 13-4. Martinez has suffered a day-to-day injury. I don't care. He's going to have to stay in the lineup. It's just unfortunate, but we're going to have to keep him in there. So manager's office 13-4. Lucroy started that game. Pilar hit another home run. Devers is on his race to 30. 13-4. So we scored 10 in the first 2 innings, and that was basically all that we needed. Snell got rocked, I suppose. How long did they keep him in there? Wow, so we put up 7 runs on Blake Snell. That is huge. Deplante did not last as long as I would have liked him to. Only 4 2/3, but I suppose he got the job done, if nothing else. So we'll simulate ahead here. Has Godley started any... Okay, I'm not too concerned. Their season's over. Has Godley started any games? He has. So I think that we need to start skipping his turn in the rotation. I think that would probably be the best thing because I can't trust him anymore at this point. So I'm going to throw him in as long relief. We're going to switch it. This is a bold move, but we're going to go with no, actually, we want to go 3. We're going to go with a 4-man rotation here. It's what we need to do. And I think with the off days that we have, and we're going to take the training wheels off of Thorpe. He can pitch longer than 90 pitches. I'm fine with that. But we need all hands on deck. I can't have Godley starting games anymore. It's just not possible. I don't trust him. Can't have it happen. So game number 2 against the Rays. We are now 4 games up. It would be huge if we can get up to 5 here with a win against Morton. And we win 8-2. Big win. So we've already clinched a win for the series. Still only a half a game back at the Athletics. But look, now we're 5 games up on Tampa Bay. Vasquez, another home run. So he's really taking to that 5th spot in the lineup. Can we sweep the series against the Rays and go 6 games up in the wild card race, going up against now Brendan McKay? And who do we have going? Colin McHugh. So McHugh and McKay. Who is going to win the final game of this series? Hopefully it's the Red Sox. And here we go, simulation. And it is. We shut them out. 6 runs in the first inning. And the Red Sox 5.5 up on the Tampa Bay Rays. Oh, no. We overtook the Athletics. So now we are the number 1 wild card team. We are half a game up on Oakland and 6.5 up, or 6 up, on the Rays. That is huge. So the Red Sox, we are getting hot at the right time, and we have a day off here before this game against Cincinnati. So now JD Martinez maybe can kind of rest a little bit. Darwinzon Hernandez is eligible to come off the IL. I'm not bringing him up. Does it make sense? Is there anybody that maybe I can send down? Maybe I can get rid of Pointer. He hasn't really pitched a ton. I can't. Oh wow, Bracho has not been good for us. That's a little upsetting. So maybe. Okay, we're gonna get rid of Pointer. He hasn't done what I thought he would do. So no harm, no foul. I can't really put Hernandez on a rehab assignment at the moment. So we're gonna have to just hope that his rust doesn't kill us, and hopefully it goes well. We're going to take Bracho out of a setup role. Clearly, it's not for him. We're going to put Hernandez in there. We're going to trust him. We're going to try to trust him left-handed, which is huge. It's what we need. And now hopefully these 2 games against Cincinnati, Martinez can kind of rest a little bit with that day-to-day injury. So Rays did pick up some spots there. I can't talk right now. I'm just so excited. They did pick up a game there on the Athletics. So we'll see. A 2-game set here against the Reds. It's really not the best time to have to travel to a National League team. Phillies have not made the playoffs. That's a shame. First game against Cincinnati against Luis Castillo, and they lose 9-3. That's tough. That is not great. Who started? It was McHugh. Why did McHugh start again? Was he the highest rested? I find that hard to believe. No. Okay. All right. I guess I can't. Is Thorpe? He's 100% rested. Okay. All right. I guess we're fine. We're good to go. Game 2 against Cincinnati. Sal Romano, and we do win that one 14-3. Thorpe, day-to-day injury, elbow contusion, recovery 6 days. Oh, that's difficult. We might need to have someone start for him. That's a little upsetting. Oh, I really don't want to put Godley or Eovaldi in there. I don't think that would be great. I might have to start Eovaldi. Well, we do have this game against Tampa Bay, so we'll take a look here at the standings. We're still 1 game up on the Athletics, which is good. So we've built ourselves a little bit of a cushion, but anything can happen. We'll take a look at the schedule, and this is it. We have about a week and a half left of the 2020 season. Your Red Sox 88-64. We're right there. The Yankees have already clinched a playoff spot. We're not going to get the division, but if we get that first wildcard spot, that would be huge. So we'll see a 4-game set against Tampa Bay. So theoretically, Tampa Bay could be right back in this race if they can sweep us, which would not be ideal. But I've seen stranger things happen when I do these YouTube series. So here we go. Number 1 against the Rays, going up against Charlie Morton, who we beat the first time. Can we do it again? No, we lose 9-5. We're still that top wildcard team, but now the Rays just 3.5 back of the Athletics, 4.5 back from us. Pilar got suspended. That's not good. Second game, who is scheduled to start? Devin Smeltzer. Can we win game number 2 against the Rays? Oh, I'm starting to get a little worried. No, we lose 2-1. Oh boy, the Athletics and the Red Sox are tied. The Rays are just 3.5 back. The Rays are really making it. They're making some moves. This is a little concerning. Kyle McHugh, he is slightly tired. Oh, I think I need to put another starter in there. I can't because Thor. Yeah, I think we need to put another starter in there. This is gonna kill me. Is Eovaldi? He's exhausted. How about Zach Godley? He's slightly tired. Hembry. He's rested. We need Hembry to make a spot start. Oh, he's an extreme fly ball pitcher. This is a little concerning. We need Hembry to make a spot start here. It's not ideal, but I don't trust the 69% McHugh because that's just going to tax the bullpen even more. We're going to change this to strict for right now. We need Hembry to pull something out. We need Hembry to pull a rabbit out of the hat here. This is a huge game at this point in the season. Going up against McKay, I don't think he's going to do well either. I'm not trusting it. Oh, we won 5-2 in 11 innings. We put up 4 runs in the 11 innings. Heath Hembry, I think, did pretty well. Wait, McHugh started. What the heck? Did I not? Okay, all right. I could have sworn okay, well, I don't quite know how that happened, but, okay. Is he going to start again, or I don't think he will. I can't imagine that would make much sense. Right? There's no way they have McHugh start again. They have him starting again. Okay. Well, I need to fix that. I almost clicked start game. That would have been bad. No, I would like Heath Hembry to start. So, Heath Hembry. Okay. So that should be good. Maybe I forgot to change it. Maybe that was my fault. All right. Anyway, final game against Tampa Bay. We're still tied with the Athletics. We could really use this win against Tyler Glass now. That's going to be tough. So here we go. Final game of the season against the Rays, and we lost. Athletics won. We're now in the second wildcard spot. The Rays just 3.5 back. Did Hembry start that game? Yes, he did. Okay. And he gave us 3 2/3. I guess I can't be too upset. But, okay. I think... I don't know. Okay, well, at least now Thorpe, he's almost healthy. So we're going to take Hembry back out of the rotation. He did make a spot start. He didn't do awful. But now we're going to go back to a four-man rotation. And who is... Deplanier is slightly tired. Smeltzer is tired. I know McHugh just started. I mean, Thorpe, I really don't want to start Thorpe because he has an elbow contusion. But we're going to risk it. This is a pro gamer move here. Oh, well, actually, we don't have a game today, so he'll be fine, which is great. So we have a 3-game set against the Blue Jays, and we are 4 games up on the Rays, 1 game behind the Athletics, so we still have a shot at that number 1 wild card spot. Go to the manager's office. Okay, we'll see. Kirilloff has now 12 home runs. He hit a home run in that loss against the Rays. 3-game set against the Blue Jays, and we are home. We are home for the rest of the season. 3 against the Blue Jays, 3 against the Orioles. So these are the 2 bottom teams in our division. We could not have asked for an easier way to end the season, but we need to take advantage of this. So game number 1 against the Blue Jays. Can the Red Sox pick up a W? Yes, we can. 10-3. And now we're tied with the Athletics. The Rays 4 games back. So Mitch Moreland, look at that. He's had a power surge, 6 runs in the 8th inning for the Red Sox. So game number 2 against the Blue Jays, Matt Schumacher. Can we pick up another win against Toronto? Yes, 10-4. And we had Adrian Gonzalez. Okay, I did not even know that. Cool. I might have known that and I forgot about it. But, okay, anyway, now we're going to start getting those kind of messages about players and staff retiring or leaving. So can we sweep the Blue Jays? We're tied with the Athletics. We can't afford a loss. The Rays are still hanging in there, but I think their magic number the elimination number has to be 1, right? Yeah, so any combination of a win by us or a loss by the Rays will clinch the Red Sox a playoff spot, which is mind-blowing. I never expected this. So a Rays loss or a Red Sox win, and we have clinched a spot heading into the final series of the season. So can we just do it ourselves? Can we beat Toronto by ourselves and clinch a playoff spot? Can we sweep the Blue Jays? Sean Reed-Foley on the mound for Toronto. And we swept the Blue Jays. Your Red Sox have clinched a playoff spot. This is unbelievable. 92-67. We're just going to put Salazar. Can we put him on AAA? You know what we're going to do? We're going to do it this way. We're going to put him on a rehab assignment. Oh, I forgot about that. This game's smart. We're going to DFA him. I guess it would help having him on the roster more than... Let me think about this. You know what? I think it would... I think we will... Can we... Nope. Okay. We're going to DFA Godley. Waving DFA. And then we're going to bring Salazar back up. Not to start, but we're just going to bring him back. Where is Salazar? There he is. And we'll just keep him as long relief. I don't want to put him in a starting role right now. So 3-game set against Baltimore. We are now 1 game up on the Athletics. The Rays are eliminated. Cleveland is eliminated. Your Red Sox have clinched a playoff spot. And now 3-game set against Baltimore. Let's see if we can clinch the number 1 wild card spot. Lewis Thorpe going here in game 1, and we lose to Baltimore, so now we're tied with Oakland. So now we need to win these final 2 games. I mean, of course, Oakland could lose, but we kind of control our destiny here, hopefully. Win and like 1 Oakland loss would be great. Duplantier here starting game number 2 against Baltimore. Can we pick up the W? Yes, we can, and the Oakland Athletics won as well. So now this is interesting. We're obviously going to play Oakland in the wild card game. We have a shot at the number 1 spot, but I don't think it makes sense to start McHugh, and he's not even if he was ready to go, I think I'd rather save McHugh for game 1, or the wild card game, I should say. So it's Devin Smeltzer against Baltimore here, Michael Bauman, and it might determine home field advantage for the wild card game if Oakland loses. Who is Oakland playing? Oakland has the Angels and Shohei Ohtani. So we're Angels fans right now, boys. We need an Angels win and a Red Sox win here to get the home field advantage. Can we end the season with a win against Baltimore? Let's find out. Can we sweep the Orioles to end? Or no, I guess we couldn't. We lost game 1, right? Well, we won against the Orioles. Did we get home field advantage? Yes, we did. The Angels came up big when it mattered, and the Red Sox have not only made the playoffs, they made it with a 94-68 record and will host the AL wildcard game against the Oakland Athletics. That is incredible. Wow, wow, wow. So, boys, I did not expect something like this to happen, but it has. The Red Sox are in the postseason. Bogarts comes back in a week, so if we can just tread water, if we make a run, he'll be there. This is unbelievable. So we'll take a look at the final season standings. I know the statistics. I know the video is long. I'm sorry, but that was incredible. Devers, 871 OPS. He had 32 home runs, led the team. 5.5 win player. JD Martinez picked it up there towards the end of the year. Didn't hit 30 home runs, but an 841 OPS. I can't be upset about that. Verdugo had only 12 home runs. I would have liked to see a little more, but he did only play in 103 games, an 828 OPS. Vasquez had a very good year at the plate, probably even better at the dish. He was a 3.5 win player, or behind the dish, I should say. Kirilloff in his first taste of Major League action. The on-base percentage a little lower than I would like it to be at 302. That's not very good, but he came up big when it mattered down the stretch run, 12 home runs, and he helped us get into the postseason for sure. He definitely filled that void that was left by Benintendi. Kevin Pillar had a solid season at the plate and probably in the field as well, a 3.1 win player. Freddie Galvis was the captain that we needed. I really think that he was very helpful in helping us get that playoff spot. Let's see. We'll take a look here. How did Devin Smeltzer do? Smeltzer, in his 13 games started with us, 3.74 ERA, 66 strikeouts, 19 walks. He was a 1.4 win player. McHugh on the season, he started 28 games, a 3.77 ERA. He had a very solid season. He was close to a 3-win player. I would love it if he could do that for the next couple of years. Duplantier, he did well with us too. That was a big-time pickup. He definitely stabilized the middle of our rotation, a 3.97 ERA, 3.54 FIP, 79 strikeouts to 18 walks. And let's see how Lewis Thorpe did in that's right, I called him up, so he's not on the playoff roster. He's not eligible. But let's see how he did, where he would be on my 40, man. There we go. So Lewis Thorpe in 5 starts, 22 and a third innings, 3.63 ERA, 3.95 FIP, 23 strikeouts, 6 walks. I think he cemented a spot in our starting rotation next year. So at the beginning of the season, this team looked like it would be a little rough, and I think that in the offseason we will have to get some bullpen pieces. The bullpen is clearly an issue, but we have found some starting pitchers to fill out our rotation. We have a nice lineup to kind of build around here. Things are looking good for the Red Sox. So in episode number 7, we'll have at least one playoff game, boys. This is exciting. Never expected this, but I hope you guys are excited for the wild card game against the Athletics. Looks like we're going to go up against Luzardo, which is going to be a little difficult, but we are home. 94-68. Wow. We started off a little rough, 12-15 in April, 15-13 in May, but we turned it on when it mattered. 17-8 in June, 16-8 in July. August was a little difficult, as I said, but September 15-9 down the stretch. Our Pythagorean record was 89-73, so we probably got a little lucky, but this is good. This team is looking pretty good, and we have a shot to maybe make a run. It depends. We'll see, but anyway, thank you for watching episode number 6. Hope you're excited that we are going to be in the playoffs next episode, and I will see you then.